Tincys Academy, an institute for your future.
Hi, this is Rahul from Tincys Academy. We are here with another session about IELTS speaking. So today we're gonna go through the surface about IELTS speaking, right? So what is the first thing you should need when you have to speak? Confidence. Confidence matters. Because whenever you're confident to speak something, people always tend to forget the minute mistakes you're making. So be confident. And if you feel like you don't have enough vocabulary or you can't speak much enough, be here at Tincys. We'll help you to elevate your English skills. Now, let us go into what is IELTS speaking. So we can divide the session into 3 parts, as you can see, which is mentioned here in the board. The first one will be a general introduction where the listener or the examiner will introduce themselves to you, and you have to introduce yourself back to the examiner and confirming your identity. Now, coming to the exam, it will approximately take 14 to 15 minutes, in rare case 20 minutes maximum. Now, we can divide the IELTS speaking into 3 parts. Part 1 will be introduction, where it will take approximately 4 to 5 minutes, where you have to talk about different set of questions. It's like a personal introduction or sections related to your personal things. For example, your hometown, your academic or your job purpose, or your favorite food or your favorite movie, things like that, right? Now, when you come to part 2, it's cue card or task card. Basically, the examiner will give you a card with question and sub questions in it. They will give you 1 minute for preparation time, and you have to talk for 2 minutes, right? It should be somewhat a manner like speech, but don't forget, it should not be a monotonous in manner, because IELTS speaking is always a conversation with your examiner, so don't forget that. Now, after completing your part 2, you will reach part 3, where you will have follow-up questions regarding the part 2. Now, remember, you can tell any story you want, just make it convincing. For example, you can say, I have met Amitabh Bachchan and I had dinner with him. You can say that, no problem, but it should be convincing for the examiner, right? Now, the thing which you have to remember is whatever you have said in your part 2 or the cue card, you have to absolutely stick on to that for the part 3 questions, right? So this is how we follow part 1, part 2 and part 3. Now, again, coming to the timings, the exam will take 14 to 15 minutes. In rare cases, it will take 20 minutes maximum, right? Part 1 will take you 4 to 5 minutes, part 2 3 to 4 minutes, part 3 4 to 5 minutes, and thus your exam ends there, right? Now, what are the major things you should focus when you are going for your IELTS speaking? Remember, I'm telling you again, it's a conversation, not a monotonous manner. You are not going to give a speech. Now, here comes fluency. What is fluency? It is the method of speaking, right? The rise and fall of your sound, intonation, stress, diction, all this counts your fluency. What is grammar, range, accuracy, or GRA? Where you are using your perfect tense sequencing or tense related purposes, using the verbs or auxiliary verbs, and usage of all this to create a beautiful sentence. Now, coherence, the connection between one sentence to another sentence, and you are making a perfect meaning or a perfect combination of sentences. Now comes to pronunciation. That's where majority of students make mistake, where pronunciation, right? So if you focus on all these things, and if you are confident enough to speak, then your IELTS speaking is very good to go. And be it Tincys, we will elevate your speaking automatically. Thank you. That's all for today.
Tincys Academy, an institute for your future.